Hey toy fans, D21 Beast here, back with another figure review for you guys here today. And today we're looking at the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Iron Fist figure released by Hasbro in 2015. Now to be honest, Iron Fist is a character I don't have a lot of experience with. I do know that he first appeared in the pages of Marvel Premiere number 15, created by Roy Thomas and Gil Kane, before eventually becoming a member of the Heroes for Hire with Luke Cage, then known as Power Man. Since his inception, we've learned that Danny Rand is not the first person to carry the moniker of Iron Fist. In fact, it's a mystical force originating from the city of Kunlun that gets passed down from hero to hero over the ages. But Danny Rand is our Iron Fist for the modern day, and this particular figure seems to be featured in his white outfit that I personally know from the pages of New Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis and Stuart Immonen. Now, as a casual fan of the Iron Fist character, I do appreciate that this guy comes with so many extra accessories, and I am looking forward to getting the last piece I need to build Odin the AllFather. So let's get things started by taking a look at the packaging for this figure. As you come down the front of the box, you do have that Build-A-Figure AllFather Wave emblem in the upper left and the Marvel logo there towards the center. You do have a window box packaging that does house this figure inside as well as his accessories and Build-A-Figure piece. Coming down the packaging, we've got the Marvel Legends Infinite Series logo and finally the figure's name there at the bottom, Marvel's Iron Fist. Flipping this package around, we've got the Marvel Legends Infinite Series logo and the Marvel logo there at the top. We've got a bio for Iron Fist. Go ahead and pause now to read that. Coming down the packaging, we've got that AllFather Build-A-Figure Wave emblem one more time, and then finally a complete lineup of all the figures available in this wave, as well as what their Build-A-Figure pieces combined to create. We've got Odin the AllFather off there to the left. Alright guys, well that's the packaging. Let's say we get Danny out of the box and see what he's all about. Alright toy fans, here we've got Iron Fist out of the packaging, and the first thing you're going to notice is that he does reuse that bullseye body mold introduced way back in 2005. In fact, several Marvel Legends have used that body mold over the years. Look at all these guys! But it looks like Hasbro has finally decided to retire this body mold with Iron Fist here, and I think it was a great swan song of a character to go out on. This particular costume doesn't require a lot of sculpted detail, so I like that they've used it for this figure. You can see we've got some nice paint here on the chest with the Iron Fist sort of dragon emblem. There's some paint here on the forearms and some actual line detail that's been done for the banding. We can see here that there's actually gold paint here around on the legs. And then for the rest of the figure, anywhere you see white here, they do have a nice blue shading effect applied to the figure. Taking a look at the head sculpt up close, I do like the detail put into the head sculpt. The paint's pretty clean on my figure's head, which I like. I've seen other Iron Fists where the eyes or the silver on the eyes is kind of bleeding out, or the black has just completely covered the eyes, but I think there's a nice mix of paint here, and I'm very happy with it. I like how they've chosen to do the tails coming off the back of the head too. It is a separate piece that's been plugged in, but they are sculpted pretty nicely and have a pretty flexible plastic, so they're not going to get in the way of articulation. We also have this sort of belt piece that's been sculpted and applied to the figure. It will not come off, it's permanently affixed, but it's also a softer plastic and doesn't tend to get in the way of your posing either. Overall, it probably didn't take a lot of effort on Hasbro's part to turn this figure into an Iron Fist, but I think they did a great job with the final product. Iron Fist comes with all the accessories that you see here. We do have the left Build-A-Figure leg for Odin the AllFather, and we'll look at that more in detail when I review that Build-A-Figure shortly. Then, including the hands attached to Iron Fist out of the packaging, he does actually have 4 pairs, 8 hands total, of interchangeable hands, so you can strike all sorts of different kung fu poses. You can see here that Iron Fist does have a set of sort of gestural martial arts hands. He's got some fists, he's got some chopping hands, and then the hands that are already on the figure out of the packaging are just kind of these sort of gestural gripping hands. So definitely a nice range of options. And changing these hands isn't too difficult. You just go ahead and pull off the old hand, just give it a nice little tug, and popping the new hand in is pretty easy. I've got to say I'm really impressed with the amount of accessories that this figure comes with. Normally interchangeable hands like this are reserved for import figures, but Hasbro's really giving us our $20 worth of this figure. Moving on to articulation, Iron Fist has nothing too surprising here. His head does look down that far and look back that far. It does rotate left and right. He's got a rotation here at the shoulder as well as one of those old butterfly joints so he can bend backwards and forwards. There's also a hinge on the shoulder so his arm can bend up that far and down that far. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, rotation here at the wrist. There is no finger articulation. Same articulation here on the other side. He does have an ab crunch that bends forward very far and bends back pretty far. Waist rotation, a ball jointed hip that is a little tricky to move around, but that's due to the older mold here. Does bend forward that far and bend back only about that far. Bends out from the body pretty nicely. Double jointed knee that collapses pretty nicely. And then he's got an ankle that will bend forward that far, back that far. And he's got that upgraded Hasbro ankle pivot, which is always nice to see on these older body molds. Height-wise, we can see that Iron Fist does stand right around 6.5 inches tall. For some size comparison, here we have Iron Fist compared to the Bullseye figure that this body mold is largely based off of. Here he is compared to his counterpart from the Marvel Superhero Masters toy line. And compared to the original Iron Fist Marvel Legend figure from the Toy Biz era. Here he is compared to the Sentry, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, and Thor figure, all from this same wave. And finally, here he is compared to the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends Infinite Series Wolverine.
So, you're a martial arts master who used to wear green and gold, but now wears white and gold.
That's right.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Should it?
See? Hiya! Take good care of Saba, bro. He's just been fed.
Ha! Kim and I should be back by 11.
Sit hiya!
Sorry, you were saying?
You know what? Never mind.
Alright, toy fans, well that's my review of the Marvel Legends Infinite Series AllFather Build-A-Figure Wave Iron Fist, released by Hasbro in 2015. Overall, even though we're looking at an old body mold on this figure, I do think it was used very, very well. And I appreciate the paint applications, I like that there's paint shading, we don't see that a lot on Marvel Legends anymore, and I love the range of accessories that this guy comes with. Is this figure essential to add to your Marvel Legends collection? Well, while I do feel that the Toy Biz version of Iron Fist had a better sculpt, I do feel like the paintwork and the accessories are much nicer with the Hasbro version, and I've got to give that one the edge. And if you were to ask me whether you should buy it, skip it, or wait for clearance, I'd say go ahead and buy this figure at full price if you can find him. I think he's worth it. Well, that's my review, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like what you saw here, please feel free to rate, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out. Also, leave me a comment below and let me know what your favorite supergroup is that Iron Fist has been a part of. Mine is actually the incarnation of the new Avengers that existed around the time of the Secret Invasion storyline. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time!